Hello, hi everyone. In this video I would like to show you how to create application properties. So before even creating one, I would like to first show you an example of properties. Here in the filter navigator in your instance, all you need to do is to type properties and you will get, for every single application that you have everyone has their own properties. And right now on the property for the incident, so if I scroll down and then I go to here, incident properties, so we will get to this page. So what we are going to do is to create exactly the same page. We will not have the same information. We are going to create have the same kind of layout, and we have a type, we will have a category, and we will have two properties. That will be done for the NeedIT application. Okay, let me now explain you why we need a property and how it can be useful for us. So the first thing that we have to notice is that you have here, for example, number of days after which resolve incidents are automatically closed. So what does that mean? It means there is a script in the incident application which is going to look for all the records which were resolved and they are open more than 7 days, and they are going to be closed automatically. And that 7 days, it's coming from here because we are entering the value 7 at this point. But the script is somewhere written in the application. When you are developing the application, somewhere in your studio, you can find the application file in the schedule script or something like this. So why is it useful? Because if you want to change this number to 14 days, for example, you don't need to rewrite the script, going to manipulate the script, and then you have to test that script and then also make sure that thing is working and publish it, which will take much more time. It's more riskier and it will be very simple to come at the properties and they change the number and you save it. You don't need to rewrite the script. That is the advantage of using the property. Okay, so let's now create a category and then two properties. Everything that I'm going to say is coming from this exercise available under ServiceNow application developer course, and I'm going to do the last two exercises, which is create application properties and then how to use that application property. Okay, so the first thing is to create the layout. So I'm going to here open in the studio the application for which we want to create the property is going to be NeedIT application. And one thing you have to make sure is on the corner, on the bottom corner here, you should have application properties. If you don't have, all you need to do, either you have to switch branch if it is already created, so you have to switch to the branch application properties, or you have to create one. All you need to do is create branch, give the name you want, and here load for app properties modules. Make sure that you select that and create branch, and it's going to reload the page. You will have the entire thing, and make sure this one is visible, application properties. That's the first thing. Now let's create our category. So I'm going to click on create application files, look for properties and system property category, create category, and it's going to be NeedIT properties. Okay, and this is going to be the layout, what will be visible on that page specifically. So this is going to be NeedIT application properties. I'm going to make it bigger and much more bold, so this one. And you have noticed that this one is only accessible to manipulate properties, to manipulate values in the properties, or create one is only doable by the administrator of the application. So I'm going to put a note here. These properties can be read and updated by users with application admin, sorry, what I'm writing, with NeedIT applications Okay, I'm gonna make it smaller. I don't want it bold. So this is what I want to write. This is going to be like the first part of the page. So I'm gonna submit it. This part is done. Now we have created our category. Okay, now we have to create the two properties that I was talking about in the beginning. So if you, here is the exercise. The first one is going to be auto close overdue. So you have the need IT task created and is overdue for more than certain days, and you want them to be closed automatically if it is like more than 7 days or 14 days, whatever is it. So that value we're going to specify and it will be automatically closed. Okay, so this is the first property. So auto close value, and I'm going to click on here, property, system property, create. So this is the title. I'm gonna just copy paste the text, and this is going to be choice values, choice list. So here is going to be this one. I'm going to put 14 days. I'm going to make sure that this one is accessible only for the person who has the admin role, need IT admin role. Okay, they can only read and write. So here, great, done. Okay, so I created at this point the first property, and then this property should go under the right category. So if you want to put this one to the right category, which is the need IT properties, so here if I scroll down, I should have somewhere properties. So I have the category here, I have the properties here. Now I should put this property into the right category, which is the need IT properties. So I go here, categories, edit, look for need IT, put it here, save it. Okay, going to update this one. Perfect. Now I'm going to create another one, properties, which is this one. Just for another example, we are not going to work with this property. We are going to work with the first one. So this one is just for having two properties in the category, and I'm going to choose integer in the opposite of the string type, because it's going to be minimum number of days, so it's going to be numbers. A string basically when you program is a character. I don't know why we have string here, but I'm going to select integer and not putting any value. We're going to put the values directly on the on the property level, on the page level. So that's why we are creating this one. So I'm going to make sure this one is selected here, and as well this one is selected here. Okay, I'm going to submit it. Okay, so I have created this property, and then I have to make sure it goes under the right category. So the category is going to be IT properties. Okay, great. At this point we have created the two properties under the right category, need IT properties, but it won't be still visible because I don't have the when I type need IT, so it shows here properties because I was creating before, I was training myself. If I close this one and I open again my instance and go for need IT, so you can see here we have only need IT task, create new, my need IT request, all, and open. I don't have the properties, I don't have that module, so I have to create that module as is created for the rest here. And I'm going to create first the module property. So here look for module. Okay, this one, create module. So properties, it's going to be need IT application. I'm going to put 900. I will explain you why a little bit later. Here it's going to be this role, and link type is going to be the link. The value that comes here is the arguments, the URL, which will point to the property page. Okay, so that one is available in the exercise, which is this one. I'm gonna put it here. But once you have at this point, once you have your property, if you click on that, you will see in this level, in the URL level, you will have this one. Okay, so I'm going to click on submit. Okay, so this one is created. Now we are going to create another module, which is going to be administration, because we are going to have under administration the module properties. So if you look at now, so if I refresh the page, it should come under. So I have the module properties. So if I click on that and it's not editable, I'm going to click on here. So I'm going to put some numbers. I'm going to put 2 for example, and I'm going to put 7. I'm going to change, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so I want to have as well something else, but I want to have a separator like administration, and under administration I would like to have properties, because it's a bit different from other modules that I have above. So in order to have that, I'm going to create another module, create application file, look for module, create a new one. This one I'm going to close, and I'm going to take this one, need IT. Okay, this is invalid, need IT, and it's going to be 850. And here I make sure I have the right one, and this is going to be a separator. Okay, so here we have in the order level number, we have 850, which means this number comes before the property we have set before to 900. So which means the administration, let's say tab or module, will come just above the property, and it will contain this one. Okay, so as it goes, like in a how to say, like we have numbers which goes like progressively. So we have 850, and then we will have 900 as 850. This always comes above before, so administration will be visible above, and it's going to be a separator. So if I go here and refresh and look for need IT, I should have administration here and properties. Okay, so this is 850, and this is 900, and the rest we have here. Okay, so that's a little bit how we can have the properties, how we can create properties, how to have this page, how to make it editable, because I'm not in the need IT application. So now I am, so I can change the value and save it. But now we have to know how to use it, how we are going to use this one, because we have to know if I have a record created and it's more than a week, it should be closed. Okay, that's why we have this the entire thing created. So now the rest of the video is going to be focused on how to use this property. So the first thing what I'm going to do is going to show you the script. I'm not going to explain you everything that we have in the script. Basically what the script is going to do is going to look for the record need IT task, and see what is the due date. If it is more than 7 days, for example, it's going to compare the value that we have saved right before. So if you remember, okay, I'm going here once more, and we have saved, we have set as a property 7 days. Okay, here number of days a need IT task is overdue, I put 7 days. So it's going to compare this value comparing to the current day. So if the record is created and then it's overdue for certain amount of days. If it is more than 7 days, close it, and close it with the state close incomplete. Okay, so here we are going to create another state which is not available. We have open, work in progress, close complete, but we don't have close incomplete. So we are going to create, and that one will have the number 4, and that's why we have here at the script level 4 here. So we are going to check all the records open and in progress, and check the due date. If it is more than certain days comparing to the value that we have mentioned in the property level, and just close them, those things. Okay, so let's now do the first part of the exercise, and then we are going to create some tasks, and then also this schedule script execution. Okay, so let's change this. Let's create this state. So I'm going here, I'm going to this level. Okay, at this point, and okay, it's going to be closed incomplete, and it will have number 4. Okay, great. So this one is done, and now we are going to create, so I'm going to under server and find this one, schedule script execution, and just copy the entire script. Also the title, which is going to be this one. Scope is going to be for 5 days. Okay, I'm going to submit. There is nothing else need to be done at this level. So we have created as well the script. Now we are going to create the task. Okay, I'm going to create a new one. So it's going to be, and I'm going to put 1 day before, 26. So it's going to see what is the due date and compare the value of the current data. So it's open. It's like, actually we are creating all the records right now, so it's not open literally says more than 7 days or something. It's not due like this, because we are selecting on purpose some days in the past just for testing the script. So if you create really the task, the due date is going to be in the future, because we are creating right now 27th, and the day is going to be either 3 days after or 4 days after. But what we are doing, we're just putting a date in the past, and so the script can say, hey, this is due date is 26, so it's 1 day comparing to today. If I select the date for 1 month, it's going to be different. So now I'm going to select on purpose this one day, and create this one, and I'm going to create another one as well, and I'm going to put beginning of the month, and I'm going to put more than 7 days. Okay, so this is due date is more than 7 days in the past. So I'm going to submit it. So what will happen if I run the script? It should only close this one, because this one is theoretically is like only open for 1 day. So there's still 6 days waiting. So we have to wait 6 more days in order to close this one. But this one will be closed because the due date is so much in the past, is more than 7 days. So let's see if I run the script. So I'm going to execute, is going to close or not. Okay, and with the right state. So I'm going to run it again. Okay, it's done. So I'm going here, and I'm going to make sure like it's going to be proper. So as you can see here, more than 7 days, the state is changed to close incomplete as we wanted, and this one is only for open for 1 day, for example, and this one is still open, it's not closed. So that's how you can create properties and how you can use properties using a schedule script. Okay, it's just an overview. We haven't seen in detail what the script is doing, but it's just to understand how we can create this layout and how we can create this category of property categories and properties and how we can use them. Thanks for watching, and bye.